Sair da escola já com uma formação profissional no currículo? Parece bom demais pra ser verdade, né? Pois é. No ensino técnico do Senac, isso é possível. É ensino médio junto com formação técnica, que acontece durante os 3 anos. Lá, eles usam metodologia para projetos, desenvolvendo competências como resolução de problemas, pensamento crítico e colaboração, além de valores éticos e sustentáveis. Quer saber? Senac. Acesse sp.senac.br/ensino médio e saiba mais.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
You're a liar, you are a liar, 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 liar.
New theme song.
Thank you very much. That's it?
I wish I had more hands to clap.
You do?
I wish I
That
did.
would mean you would have a birth defect.
I do have a birth defect.
Yeah, you have a brain defect. Anyway, welcome to Kill Me Now. It's Kill Me Now.
Yeah.
To kill me now. It's Kill Me Now. Yeah! You know, it's time for the holidays. For the holidays. And this year, Hanukkah is the same day as Christmas Eve. It begins on the day that Christmas Eve begins.
Like
when
God
Mary, when Mary went into labor.
That's right.
And you light the candles.
She thought it was going to be one night of labor.
And it was 8 days of labor. All right, we are here. Seth is on the board today. Seth Neiman, who's actually
Nyman.
Seth Nyman. It would be Neiman if he was proud to be a, but they changed it to Nyman, so they wouldn't sound like Z.
Also, my doppelganger.
Yeah,
a little bit.
That's true.
I'm taking a picture of this.
Yeah, that's true.
This is some otherworld shit.
Yes. It's so great. You know what I love?
Jew squared.
This is what I love about. I was just talking about this with
cute.
Elisa. That
My girlfriend?
Yes, that many women have balding issues. And it's just, oh my God, that woman's balding. Oh my God, oh, what's wrong with her? She has a thyroid, whatever. With men, they just shave their fucking heads and grow a beard.
I've started taking Rogaine.
Why?
I'm getting ready. Male pattern baldness runs in my family.
Prepping?
Oh, hell yeah.
Prepping.
Balding.
Yeah.
I wonder
So
if
when
they
I go
have
on
a
hormone treatment, my hair won't all fall out because it
All
will.
right, should we introduce the guests for today? Seth Nyman is on the boards.
Hi.
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 Hi. And we're here with, I am the host and the creator and really the
goddess.
star of this podcast. But accompanying me is Lauren, who helps out a little bit.
Thank you.
And our guest today is one of my favorite people in the entire world. We just got back from Aruba. He and Elisa are getting married, and we're thrilled about it.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Jon Fisch! Yeah!
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on
Thank
the wedding plans.
Thank you. I had to fight off Ray Ellen, but I'm doing it.
Wow. She's hot. She's
Yeah.
super. You know she used to play bass?
I did not know
bassist.
Oh, please.
She's a banging bassist with a booty.
She's that ass. She has
Right?
such a good ass.
I'm looking
Elisa.
more forward to the ex-therapist part of it. That's what I'm
Oh, please. She's so fucking annoying with that therapy
She's
shit.
just broken enough.
Try to deal with her shit. Anyway, Jon, welcome.
Thanks, Judy.
I love Jon Fisch.
I love Judy Gold.
I love Jon Fisch. And, Jon, we had such a good time in Aruba,
It
didn't
was
we?
so much fun.
You know, I had other work that I could have done that week, and I was like, no, I'm going to fucking Aruba with Jon Fisch. And we were there with Ray Allen.
Aruba Ray.
Aruba Ray, he's known as. His face is all over.
It really is.
Literally, he'd be like, let's go out for an acai bowl, right? And we'd be gone 4 hours because he had to stop here and drop off posters and to go check with this one. I'm like,
no joke takes him an hour to get out of the lobby
Right.
of this hotel because he has to say hello to everybody.
So
Right.
Judy, basically.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah,
Here's the acai bowl.
Yeah, we had the acai bowl, and then I was starving. He's like, oh my God, this is going to fill you up for the whole day. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fruit, and I'm a giant, okay? So we got the acai bowl, and I'm like, well, I'm starving now. And so we went for fish, where this is true. You go to this place, the fish is fresh, and you can either just get it cooked the way you want, plain, or you can get a dinner, which is fries and coleslaw,
Awesome.
right? So he's apparently, when he's in Aruba, what the fuck is that? He only eats fish. I only ate fish the entire time we were there. I had no meat,
That's
no
awesome.
chicken.
How do you feel?
Well, that was last week. And so, but I felt really good. And Elisa was there, so I had more fish. Good night, everybody. Take care. Woo! So, so we go to the fish place, right? This is so annoying. We go to the fish place, and, you know, he wants to be like Aruba Ray. Like, everything he does is the way we have to do it. So we go there, and he's like, we want 4 fish. Pick your fish. And we don't want the dinner. We just want it just grilled. That's it. No dinner. So they bring us all our food except for one with dinner. And he's like, no. I said, no dinner. I don't want the fries and coleslaw. And he's like, these people are like, you know, they work at a fucking fish market. Like, so eat I said, you know, and he's like, no. I said, Ray, I want the fucking, I'm not going to.
Yeah, whatever.
I want the fries and coleslaw.
Here's what happened. He said no. He thought we were all under the umbrella of his
no fries and coleslaw.
Well,
and then at the
Aruba
last
Ray.
minute, Judy said, I want the dinner.
Yeah. And
So
he was
he
like,
was
oh,
right.
you do?
But he was
oh,
right.
You're going to get out of the
He
cold?
said to them that one dinner.
Yeah.
And then they brought them all as dinners. So they did mess up.
Right. But he's like, take it away.
Right.
He was like, take it away. And
Right.
it's like, just, you know what? You know you want the French fries and coleslaw.
The fries were so good.
They were so good.
The coleslaw was delicious.
And then you dipped it into that sauce.
And not to, you know, pile on the tooting of Elisa's horn, but her fish was the best.
I know.
She got the wahoo.
Yeah, she got the
Yeah.
wahoo, and you got the barracuda.
Yeah, the barracuda was good for like 1 or 2 bites.
And
It
I
was
got
too
some
strong.
Indian something.
Yeah.
Then we also, Elisa and I went to this place called Screaming Eagle.
You heard it here, though. Elisa's wahoo is the best.
Yeah, it
Go
is.
Wahoo! And we
Screaming Eagle was the bed place?
yeah, and you go in. You could either sit at a table or lay in a bed.
Oh,
They have beds
love
and they
it.
close the curtains. The food, and I was like, oh, this is gonna suck, but I thought it would be an adventure. It was so fun, except we were paranoid because we were gay, so we were like, oh my God, do they think we're everyone thinks we're sisters. I go, Elisa is 5'5" and I'm 6, and everyone's like, are you guys yeah, we're sisters.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
sisters, and we're sharing a king size bed in the fucking room.
We're close.
The stupidest thing she said.
You're not sisters?
Shut up.
Sisters in Christ.
Stupidest thing she said. We're in the ocean, okay? She's 5'5", I'm 6'2". She says, can you stand here? You know, because we're in the ocean. I said, yes. She said, me too. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's because
If you can fucking stand, I can like go on my knees.
no, that's like her little role play because she likes, you know.
No,
because that
It's because you like dumb girls sometimes. No,
that
She's so
newer
not dumb.
joke that I heard
No, I know she's playing
What?
like.
about when she asks about the underwear girl, the no underwear girl,
Oh yeah, you like
is
that?
the funniest thing
Yeah, that's true. That
ever.
it's true
Explain,
too.
explain yourselves.
So I have a bit. You know, we should call Elisa because she is in love with John. I have a bit about when I was returning a rental car, right, and how she's a therapist and asks, you know, a litany of questions. You can't tell her a story. Like sometimes I have to preface the story. I'm going to tell you a story. You're going to listen, and then you're not going to say anything. Okay. So I call her up.
She's taking furious notes.
Well, she's just like asked the most ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not your fucking patient. So I was returning a rental car, and the girl next to me is returning a rental car. You never heard this story?
Maybe I have.
Okay, so she's returning a rental car, and the budget rental car guy goes to her first because she's younger than me. And I'm like so
yes, I
mad.
have, but
Okay, so
tell it
I
anyway.
feel like bad because I'm like in gym class in 7th grade. And then I noticed that when he goes over to her, she opens the trunk and bends down to get her luggage, and she has no underwear on, right? And I'm not kidding. I was in shock.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
This is so funny.
it's true. And I was like, oh my God. And she's of course wearing a skirt, but it's like I saw everything. Like I saw her cervix, I saw her anal cavity, I saw her large intestine. Then a guy came behind her with brights on. I saw her uvula and her throat. So,
That's an open pussy.
hey now. So then we go over to the area where you get on the shuttle bus. They take you to the airport. So she's standing right by me, and I'm like mortified because she keeps bending down. I notice the guys are like, look, and I'm like, I want to rescue her like a mother. I feel like, does she know? I'm like, of course she know. Like it's just, I'm having this, oh my God. I don't know. When someone's too exposed and you want to save them.
Yeah.
So I call up Elisa.
That's a New Yorker thing too, because we all are so close together. We're always seeing people that look embarrassing that we
Okay,
need to like.
only you would interrupt a bit. Only you
Did
would
not know that
fucking
was the bit.
insert right
are
before I'm getting to the fucking
You're so
punchline.
natural with your delivery.
So I call up Elisa, who won't listen. She'll just ask. So I tell her this whole story. This woman, no underwear. And she goes, "Oh my God." And then these are the questions. Number 1, well, how old is she? I'm like, I don't know. She's in her 20s. Number 2, well, what kind of skirt is she wearing? I said, I don't know, a short one. Okay, I swear to God. Question number 3, is she Jewish? I said, yeah, she has a menorah up her ass. Is she Jewish? She has matzah coming out of her twat. What the fuck? Is she Jewish?
I feel like your mom would ask that.
Oh, I think in a weird way, she just.
So John, that's John's favorite joke. Then I
love
was
it.
telling John about how she's so jealous. Meanwhile,
Did you just miss that
what?
he suggested that you are dating your mom?
I mean,
Yeah, I heard that. That's
Freud
there is a
isn't
lot.
an
There
idiot.
is a lot of. She's like, I have to be your mom because your mom's. Or anyway, this is the last Elisa thing. She's so jealous, but
How
tell me,
jealous is she?
how flirty was she with you and Ray?
More with Ray, I feel like, because it was a new love.
We have to.
We
call
have
her.
an unspoken thing. Anyways, I think Screaming Eagle is following me on Instagram now.
No way.
And I wasn't even at that restaurant. It was just because I kept posting Aruba things.
Wow.
Okay,
Nice.
I am.
They're on their Instagrams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elisa doesn't have her phone because she left it in the car.
No.
If I give you her work number, because she has to call in, because she was fucking. So anyway, she's flirting with them, and then they're in the pool. We're all in the pool. She's like, Ray's holding her. I'm like, if I even say hello to, like I was telling them, like I'll check into the hotel. And the woman behind the the desk will be like, "Oh, how many keys do you want? 1 or 2?" And I'll look at Elisa like, "I don't know, what do you 2?" And we'll walk around. She'll give us the keys. We'll walk around the elevator, and then Elisa will be like, "Why don't you just go fuck her? Why don't you go fuck her?" 2. Why don't you just go fuck her right now? Like that's exactly.
It's always those are I've dated a girl like this, and they're the ones that get the most jealous are always the ones that are trying to make you jealous.
Right, and I don't care.
What is that?
I love it that the guys are. She's so good with the comics,
Of course.
And I love that
Yeah,
she's.
she is.
Shut up. And I love that the guys are. I think it's hot that they.
Well, they're respectful to her, and they're also playful,
Well, Ray
and it's cool.
because Ray would have fucked her, don't you think?
He slipped it in the pool. You didn't see that part.
I mean, any
Good.
guy would fuck any,
That's not true. I don't think John's like that.
No,
John
of
and I
course John's
bonded.
Not like that.
Wait, how do I call Lisa on this fucking phone?
That's just a prop. That's not a real phone.
We can pretend though.
But she's gonna yell at me. Watch,
Seth is now
because I'm not allowed to call her unless I inform her.
hooking up the.
Watch
phone.
this.
She.
Now her new assistant will answer. Watch. Okay, ready? Is it ringing?
Is this live? This is a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a live one though.
Okay. Because otherwise she'd
It
would
is
be
for
listening.
us.
It's not ringing.
Maybe.
Which one? Here we go. Hello?
I love your phone voice, Judy. You could be
Hello?
like a phone sex operator.
You know how many people's voicemails I've done? Now what do I do?
Oh, for real? Now you're going to do mine.
Hello? Do I pick it up?
Talking to Mike. You hear it ringing?
No, it's not ringing. It was ringing.
That's what we do. I don't know what's going on.
This fucking place sucks. Play.shit.
What happened to all of Taz's things? I missed Taz's things. Did
Oh
he
my
get-
God. And we have to talk about John.
he
We
get
have
beat
about-
up?
All right, here we go. One more time.
I'm gonna yoink.
Oh, fuck.
You know what? Oh, I know. What's
That was the backup name of this podcast. Was
I know why-
fuck.
Wait, I know why you're not hearing it.
Why?
Because the phone's not on. 1 second.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Alfred Patel.
Elisa?
Yes.
Hi, it's Judy Gold.
And Jon Fisch.
I know.
Wait.
Twice now.
Right, because
And
you're...
I'm trying to leave.
I know, but listen, we're here with John. I know you hate
Hi.
surprise calls, but we've been talking about Aruba and
Aruba. I
and
love
your
Aruba.
relationship with Ray Allen and how you originally your love was John and then you went to Ray.
I'm back with John. I love John.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
He's like hanging out, jet skiing with everybody. I don't know who he has in the pool with him now. So
who, Ray?
yeah.
Yeah. Now we discussed the John's favorite story about how the woman with no underwear at the car rental place that you asked if she was Jewish.
You know, Judy.
Yeah.
This is what came into my head. I was trying to, really get a feel for
Right.
that whole event.
So what happened was
You wanted to know if it was a Jewish pussy.
But here's what. Shut up with the filth. But what happened was that Lauren said, "Oh, that's something your mother would ask," and then John suggested that Lauren meant that I've married my mother.
John, that is very interesting. Well, how did you respond to that, Judy?
I said, "Well, she says to me all the time that she's acting like my mother because then I won't miss her as much."
Exactly. And what did we say at your mother's unveiling?
That
You
you're
told
an.
your mother that.
I did.
Yes, you said you were talking to your mother at the unveiling, and you
Right.
said, well, Elise and I are fighting so much that it's like, you were here.
Oh.
And then I said, and Mom, you're right. Jane, my sister, never calls at all or returns phone calls. And then later I get from her husband, you shouldn't say that about Jane. Listen, baby. Listen, Elisa. That's my brother-in-law who, during Thanksgiving dinner, Elisa can, what's it called? Agree. I can't. I'm so menopausal. Elisa will co-sign this story.
Oh.
Yes. We're sitting in the living room, and he says to Elisa, "Listen, you ever been with two women at the same time?"
I love it.
And then these
love
in
this
front of
guy.
the kids. In front of the kids. "Listen, you ever been with a black guy?" Did he not say that?
Yes, he did.
Weird. That's weird.
And what did you say?
I said, it's inappropriate, Jacob.
No, you said yes. You've been with the black guy.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's true. Well, I just wanted to give him the whole...
In front of the kids, in front of your stepchildren.
You are so funny, E-Biz.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi,
How are
buddy.
you?
Good.
Seth is here too.
Okay.
Seth is doing the board. Seth Nyman. I'm sure at some point his name was, Nemowitz, but they had to change to Nyman, and then he married non-Jew and have non-Jewish children and dilute the race.
I apologize.
That's all right. So John is here, and we were just talking to Aruba, and we thought of you, and we were talking about you, and I wanted to make sure you got to say what you needed to say.
Wasn't that dinner at I mean, I wasn't at Screaming Eagle, but wasn't the dinner at the next place we went?
Madame Jeanette.
Wasn't that the best dinner you've had in a long time?
Dinner, absolutely.
Oh my God, we ate too many appetizers,
So good.
and then the almond crusted cod we put in the fridge. Oh, grouper. The almond crusted grouper. We put it in the fridge
Still delicious
with
the next
the mashed
day.
potatoes.
With the mashed.
and I had the gratin with
yeah.
the cheese, but I didn't eat them because I was too full. And
then
then
the next day we were like animals. We had no silverware in the hotel room.
and
we're
shoving it in our mouth.
with,
Yeah,
like,
but you
shoving
ate
in our
it.
mouth, like,
I
it's
used a
disgusting.
plastic spoon.
But the problem was she ate
Pansy.
she ate it before the show, and then we had another reservation at that
Yes.
other really cool place. So she decides she's not going to eat at the other place and just drink.
No, she
yeah,
had
that was-
appetizers.
She had a little bit, and then we get back to the hotel, and she has one of her drunk freakouts.
Well, I should have just left the casino when Chuck Nice left. That was the problem, is that I stayed, and
Right.
you wanted to stay.
And you gave me how much money to gamble, and then you won, and then you
Yeah,
took
you
all your
won.
money back.
You did a good job.
Right. And I
Thanks
said,
to
stop
John.
now. And you're like, nah.
No, she
We have to
won.
thank John because he got me. He said, "Cash in your winnings. Cash in your winnings."
She cashed in her winnings and then kept what she started with and gambled again and won a little bit more.
That's
Right.
how you do it.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah.
the long con.
Well, whatever.
And then Ray won like $3,000 that night.
I know he paid me in cash.
Crazy.
No, he didn't. So, did he pay you in
Candy?
Yeah.
He paid you in cup?
Paid me in acai bowls.
Saeed. Oh, wait, Elisa.
Wait, did you tell them the story about me not having my passport?
Oh my God! Tell the story.
What the
No,
hell?
I can't. I have my jacket on, and I literally was walking out.
Wait,
the
what
door.
kind of jacket do
I
you
don't want
have?
to be on this podcast.
Is it
brought it
Jewish?
up.
I'm
Is
not
your
bringing it
jacket
up. I'm
Jewish?
leaving.
Is your jacket Jewish? John wants to know.
Is my jacket Jewish?
Yeah, it has a
Yes,
fur
my
collar.
jacket's
It's Jewish.
My scarf's Jewish.
Yeah.
Everything is Jewish.
Right. And speaking of Jews, you'll be in my bed soon. Okay. After this,
Hey, yo.
We all think you're hot.
Oh, yeah.
I know she's
Oh.
got. She hasn't.
John, we're
Yep.
going for ceviche.
Oh,
Did
my
you
God.
research that?
I got to be honest. I did plug ceviche into Yelp already
And?
since I've
What
been
did they
back.
say?
So
There's
we're-
a few places.
All right, we're taking you for your birthday.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll take you for your birthday, BIRFFDAY, and Elisa's birthday is New Year's Eve.
Oh, and wow.
Let's
Yes.
celebrate both of them.
yes.
what?
And then you can watch us
All right.
in the
Oh, you're
corner.
Ew, no.
You can watch Elisa scrub up before
Have a great
the
time, John.
Elisa scrubs up like a surgeon. I'm like, hey, there's no spontaneity.
I knew I loved her.
I'm like, hey, let's go. She's like, no, I have to wash my hands. I have to brush my teeth. She does this whole thing where she checks her breath.
Nah.
Yeah, scrub in. She scrubs in for
Nah,
sex.
I'm like,
Yes.
first thing in the morning, give it to me right now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. All
Give me
right.
that dirty mouth.
Drive carefully,
I'd love to stay
Elisa.
on the phone, but I really have to go.
I know. I love you.
Okay, bye.
Don't yell at
Bye,
me about
John.
this later.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
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 Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
She's got a sexy voice too. You both of you could have a whole phone business and just ring it in.
Hey, I just want to touch you.
She is the sweetest.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, she's so mean. Okay. You don't even fucking know.
She's like a sour patch
But you
kid.
have Jon Fisch and Elisa have a lot in common. Okay, so Elisa went to Tufts in Boston for undergrad. John is from Boston,
That's true.
and Elisa then became a therapist and
John needs therapy.
and then worked at with
Oh, yeah, I worked with
developmental
kids.
disabled, and John after college had a job at a
Psych ward.
psych ward,
Children's Hospital
and they're
in
both
Boston.
psych.
I know. Yeah.
like-
They have so much in common. I don't know why they're not together.
We are. I mean, yeah, me either.
totally.
Okay, so Jon Fisch for everyone who's listening,
And they're both pretty.
Shut up! You're constantly interrupting. You're on VP. That's voice probation.
Oh.
Okay. So John spells his name Jon because he is a
Tribe.
Jew. We every time we mention anything Jewish, we blow the whistle.
okay.
Yeah, it's the Jewish podcast. And John was born Jamaica Plain.
No, I was born in Arizona, Tuba City,
No way.
Arizona.
Why?
Because my dad was doing his public health service on an Indian reservation in Arizona. Tuba
Really?
City, yeah.
And
we returned within a year.
You were a year
and a
old when you
half.
came back?
Yeah, with a dog from the reservation as well.
What was the dog's name?
Shosh.
Shosh?
And now you know all my passwords.
Shosh came back with you.
Yeah.
What kind of dog was Shosh?
He was a hybrid across German Shepherd and Retriever.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he the cutest?
So cute.
Was the German Shepherd part a little anti-Semitic? Like, so you moved back,
Yes.
and
And then spent everything in Massachusetts. Yeah.
so do you think about Shosh all the time?
I think about him. He legitimately is my main password with numbers that you'll never figure out.
Right.
I mean, you will, obviously.
Right.
6969.
But yeah, we always bring him up because he was a great dog, great pup. And my brother, we never got another dog, but my brother
Has a
last
dog now?
year has a dog, a nice, cute
Your
dog.
brother who's married
with 2 wonderful kids.
right, and you love
love them.
the kids. You look like such a good uncle.
I'm not great at everything, but I'm great at it. I'm a good uncle.
And you really love your sister-in-law.
Love.
Okay. Now, now, you grew up, pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, dad, younger brother. You go to college. Although you did love comedy, always. I read that you loved to watch. You know who I loved, and you watched with your dad was Dennis Wolfberg.
Yes.
I actually opened for him. He was the nicest guy ever in the entire world. Like just a fucking, and he died of melanoma.
He was awesome.
He was
right?
so funny and so nice.
And he was a big comic strip guy. I remember when I started working there would be pictures of him around
Right.
and stuff, and I was like, oh.
And just the sweetest human being. So you come to New York, but you had tried comedy in Boston, correct?
Yeah, I did comedy for probably 3 years
Uh-huh.
in Boston. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I heard 4.
And where did
Could
you
be
work?
4.
Where'd you work?
Well, I started at that comedy studio, Rick Jenkins Comedy Studio
Right.
in Cambridge, which is like the 3rd floor of the Hong Kong restaurant.
Okay,
And,
but I want to know something about
yes.
Rick Jenkins.
Yeah.
What does he know about? I don't even know who he is, but
Was
he a comic?
Yeah, he's originally from Buffalo and came to Boston, and he and 2 other guys, Jim DeCroto and Tom, blanking on his last name.
Tom, that's a great name. Yeah.
They started the comedy studio together. Jim moved to L.A.
So what is the comic studio? It's
Tom
like
Brown, maybe? It was just the 3rd floor of a Chinese restaurant that's like also a dance club at other times, and he just turned it in. Him and some friends put out the tables and do a show, and it's been going for like 20 years now.
That's not Kowloon.
No, Kowloon was in Saugus.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
used to love perform. Didn't we talk about Kowloon? Mm-hmm. I love that.
Kowloon.
I don't remember who was on.
Okay, who cares? So, so you take a class,
Yeah, I took his workshop.
and you hadn't done stand up prior to the workshop.
No.
And what did you learn in the workshop?
Well, that's what I was actually talking about this with Will Sylvince last night. Like, I loved comedy, and I
Right.
I think I wanted to write comedy. It didn't occur to me that the final exam of this workshop would be to do stand-up.
Right. What'd
But
you
it was.
think?
I was petrified.
You were
Petrified.
Yeah, I was petrified the first time.
I
too.
couldn't get. I was living in Jamaica Plain at the time,
Right.
And there's no straight shot on public transportation
Right.
to that. I would have had to take 3 things, and I had it planned out. And
because you didn't want to drive because you were too
I was
nervous.
way too nervous to drive,
Right.
and I ended up like getting nervous about missing one of the connections, so I ended up hopping in a cab. And I was so petrified, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Right.
No, none of my friends.
You didn't
were
tell
there.
your parents?
I mean, I told them I was doing it, but they weren't coming.
Right.
And nobody in that class wanted to do it more. Everyone was like, I speak a lot for my job, so I
Right.
thought this would help, or
Right.
I wanted to do it once, and that's it. And so I never did it again after that
Right.
for the year.
Right. But you thought about it all the time.
I thought about it, and then I went to take an improv class.
Mm-hmm.
I had moved I think at that time I was living with my parents in Newton. I took Rick's class in Brookline, and then I moved and then I moved to Jamaica Plain. So I went to Boston, continuing education, to take the improv class, and I was the only one that signed up.
Oh, that's so my sister. She signed up for a class once, and she was the only one that signed up.
And they're like, so we're going to cancel.
Right.
Do you want to take the stand-up class?
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, different place. But it just turned out to be Rick's partner, Jim.
Oh, God.
But there were two
they have
people.
the monopoly.
Yeah, they do. Double team. And
But there were two people in there that I'm still friends with that wanted to do it more. So we became we called ourselves the Comedy Trio, and we just kind of kept going with it and figured out where to do open mics and whatnot. Right.
And then you had to make a decision. Do I want to move to L.A. or do I want to move to New York? And tell us how you came upon the correct decision.
Well, I remember it was around the Christmas time that I knew I was going to make the move.
Right.
And so I took some time
What year
off.
is this?
This must have been
2000, right?
99.
I'm at 99. Yeah,
something like that. 2000, something like that. And I went to L.A. for a week, or it was supposed to be longer, but I think about a week and a half. And I went to New York for a little bit, and I decided on New York.
Right, because you can do 1,000 sets.
Yeah, I was mesmerized at the comic strip. I had come down for an audition for something at the comic strip, and Lucian, I talked with him for a while.
Oh my God.
He introduced me to Peter Shapiro,
right?
And I talked to him for a while,
right?
And he said something like, "If you want to be a good stand-up, you move to New York,"
right?
And that just stuck in my head. And he's like, "You go to L.A. when you have a reason to go to L.A."
Right.
And then I came down for another audition for something else, same club. And it was, the other one was like a Thursday night, so the show was over. But this one was like a Saturday night, so there were 2 more shows. And Lucian let me sit like in the booth, and I watched the whole thing. And I was just like, I got to get back here.
Right. You know, Lucian Hold he passed me. I mean, I came in, I think 1982 or 3. And then he said to me, you know, you're tall, you're Jewish, you're female. Oh, right. I don't really know what kind of market there is for Jewish female comedians. What? Okay, so that was I was in college. Then I graduate college. I come back. I pass at Catch. I go over to the comic strip, and Lucian's like, "Yes." I don't even think he remembered me from. And I loved him. He was such a character and such a great guy.
He was such a character.
I know.
Yeah,
so
he said to me, "I remember you, but you'll have to audition again." He had told me after the audition, like, if you lived here, I would use you.
Right.
And then when I moved here, he was like, "Oh yes, you'll have to audition again."
Oh God. So you move here in
May.
It says June 2001.
Yeah, I think I sublet it in May.
Okay.
And I remember auditioning for him and passing before I had like a lease, and having like that New York moment where I was walking to where I was subletting and like screaming and not caring, and just realizing how
I passed at the comic strip.
Yeah.
Yay!
I didn't
Your first pass is the best.
It was unbelievable. I didn't even have that great of a set, but I think Birbiglia told him that I was legit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you are here for 9/11 then?
Yeah.
How did that affect a nice young Jewish?
Oh God! Well, I was in Brooklyn Heights.
Oh, so you were like pouring
on us, and I was already feeling landlocked. So I moved like as soon as I could to Weehawken.
What?
There was this comic I love him, Prescott Tolk. I guess grew up there, and he was like, "Oh, that's a good place. You know, your parking's easy, and you know, you're out of the city, but you're right across from the city." So
how long did you live there?
2.5 years.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you hate it?
It was very isolating.
Right.
I had a roommate. We had a great place, a great landlord, but there was nobody else around there.
Right.
There was nothing to do.
So when 9/11 happened, who did you call first?
I remember like I couldn't get in touch with anybody.
Right.
Because cell phones were just down.
Down, yeah.
And I think my home line was like too brief.
Right.
For some reason.
Right.
But I was still on dial-up.
Right.
So I remember doing ICQ, which was like an AOL instant messenger.
Right.
To my brother to let them know that I was okay.
And then when you finally got your mother on the phone.
Yeah.
John, come home! Come home!
Well, this will give you... she was nervous because when I lived with them for like a year or two after college, you know, I often stayed with my friends or something like that.
Right.
Or, you know, a girl. And so she was like, I know you don't live there, but I just was thinking maybe you just did one of those nights where you didn't stay at home and you stayed at someone's place. That's what she was worried about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your first TV thing that you think legitimized you?
That legitimized me?
Yes. Because you did TV.
Yeah.
You did Last Comic Standing.
Right.
You know, but what was the one thing that said, oh, this guy's a great comic, great writer?
I mean, I feel like Letterman probably.
Right.
Just because, you know.
He's Letterman.
It was Letterman.
Right.
Yeah. It was Letterman. That was like always my goal.
Right. Was to do Letterman.
Yeah.
And now you've done that and he's gone. So do you have any other goals, John?
I want to get him back on the air.
Okay.
And then just keep doing his show.
What? You did Comedy Central's Fresh Faces?
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you did that?
I think I had just gotten to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
29.
Okay.
30?
Did that do anything for you?
It, the only thing I feel like it did was that it, you know, when people lied on your intro and they're like, you've seen him on Comedy Central.
Right.
I actually was.
Right.
So they weren't lying anymore.
Right. What? I know. What do you give for an intro?
Well, now I feel
Letterman,
it's kind
Colbert.
of cool because you've seen him on the Late Show with David Letterman and the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It's kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Same studio,
Full
different
circle.
host.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. But the other thing was like when people would, like I had a friend of mine once
Right.
like after Letterman was done was like, you seen him recently on the David Letterman show. It's like it's a weird yeah.
Right,
It's like
right,
you gotta
right.
go up and explain the
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to
Right.
complain about things. This is something I hate. I don't like when people editorialize
Right.
your intro.
I know.
It's like, don't ask me.
I love when people make shit up.
Yeah.
I'm like, just fucking read the thing or ask me.
How about
Right.
at Dangerfields, where they have like a list of
Right.
like for each night they have like a little notepad,
Right.
and each space underneath in parentheses it says Conan Letterman. They don't
Right.
have the names of the comic in there yet,
Right.
so they just have the
They just fill them
Oh
in.
my God.
That's
Are you
so
kidding?
right. And it's like sometimes, you know, and this has happened there where you get an intro and they're like, you've seen him on Jimmy Kimmel and da-da-da-da. And it's like, I have parallel credits.
Right.
Can you give the real one?
Right. So,
It's so fucking.
when were your parents? Can you just tell us? You worked at this psych ward.
Yes.
What? We got to get some fucking psych ward stories here.
You know, they were so heavy. Like I
I know.
remember being like when we were all out, all the people that worked there,
Right.
and the couple kids that we took out illegally.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. We didn't do that. We would laugh.
Right.
But if you ever told anyone else a story, it was like, are you kidding?
It's like the Holocaust.
Yeah,
you know?
because this is the perfect example. I remember, like at the place before Children's Hospital that I worked at, Westwood Lodge, the quiet room of this kids unit was at the doorway of the unit, and there was no like guard to get in because it was in like the suburbs or whatever. Anybody could walk and stand at that door and ring the buzzer, and so somebody that's kid wasn't like a aggressive person. Saw us restraining this kid, like a 7-year-old kid, because we had to,
Right.
just on the floor and holding him down. And I remember looking up and seeing the horror in that person's face,
Right.
and being like, oh, I gotta get out of here.
That's horrible.
It was horrible.
7 years old.
7, 8 years old, and because they were gonna, you know, do something dangerous to
themselves,
themselves
yeah.
or someone else,
Right.
so you have to hold them for like 5 minutes until they
And
calm
they're
down.
only 7.
7, yeah. We had 3 to 12. I worked with little kids 3 to 12 there, and then the other at Children's it was 18.
Oh
3 to
God.
18 because it was adolescent unit also.
And
Yeah.
which was worse?
You know, I love kids, and that
Right.
was, what my specialty was. But and so I didn't think that I would like to work with the adolescents, but I ended up working a lot with the anorexic, bulimic patients, and also it was a little weird because I was young. I was like 25,
Right.
So like.
You were attracted to them.
No, the parents. Well, first of all, some of the parents were my age,
Right.
and some of the other parents thought I was one of the kids.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you got a baby face.
I had hair
too.
then.
Really? How was it having hair? Do you miss your hair?
I had bad hair as an adult. Like I
Okay.
had as my girlfriend at the time said, you need to shave that hair.
Really? You hated your hair? Because
No,
your brother,
I didn't realize it.
Your brother has shaved his head too.
Certainly.
What
Yeah.
about your father?
He has the panels.
The panels.
The
Yeah, my
old
father
guy.
had the
Yeah.
panels
Yeah.
and the antenna
Yeah.
up here. Yeah.
But I mean, as a kid and even in college, I had good hair. I liked
Right.
hair. But after that, it was I had this thing here.
Right,
in the middle going. So I needed to shave it.
So, God, I can't imagine. Weren't you depressed when you left that fucking psych ward?
Yeah, it was definitely a burnout job. I would get bit. I would get,
Really? What's
yeah.
the worst thing? Did
The
anyone throw
worst
anything
thing?
at you?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this, I guess the worst thing, I don't know. There was this one huge kid that never was a problem, but we should have known he was in there for aggressive behavior.
Right.
And he was huge, just huge. We had to get neighboring, because it was right down in that hospital
Right.
area. So there were the neighboring hospitals. We had to get neighboring hospital security. And I remember having to lead a takedown of this guy.
No way.
And I was just
How old?
he was 17,
Right.
18. And I was just I can't be doing
So
this.
do meds work on these people?
Sure, yeah. But
But sometimes they don't take, what happens? Do they leave and then they stop taking their meds, or
well, I mean,
do
you're
any of
getting
them
the,
leave and then become, just citizens
Sure,
without
sure. Oh, yeah.
anyone knowing that they have this?
Totally. I mean, the whole thing is that you're getting this at-risk person from the emergency room that either
Right.
has no place to go or is wherever they're supposed
What
to
were
go
the
is not
parents
safe
like?
enough.
Were the
It
parents
varied. I mean, there were some parents. There was parents of kids that I saw at my temple.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some.
Were they don't tell the rabbi, don't tell anyone in USY what's
No,
going on here?
Specifically, these ones wouldn't even look at me.
Yeah.
Because I think the anorexic patients thought that we all blamed them.
Right, right, right.
So there was a very adversarial
Right.
relationship with some of the parents. But some of them, it's just yeah, what do I do? How do I get this going? Right. Yeah. So you put a plan into place so that they can
Right.
move on.
This is depressing.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
All right, so you then start doing. All right, we're going back to the stand-up because even though I was fascinated by this,
I am too.
you're also a huge basketball fan, and you love basketball. You played
I
for
love
hours,
basketball.
and you know that Ben is the huge.
Yeah. I know his sensei.
You guys haven't played together? That surprises me.
I can't play. You can
I
come
can't
play
play
at the
anymore.
JCC with
Yeah?
Ben. He
I love
plays
the JCC.
every night for 3
Really?
hours.
Oh,
Yes.
that's so good.
It's Uncle John.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle. Put the Yule-log on, Uncle John. I was in the choir.
I can tell.
So you're doing stand-up. Are you working during the day to make money, or did you save your money?
I saved a bunch of money moving back home with my Jewish parents for a year and a half. My aunt worked in the hospitals and got me a job on a nutrition clinic
Oh,
at Beth Israel.
right.
So for 2 years, I was supposed to be a year. I lived at home.
And they didn't make you pay rent or anything.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, they were wonderful. Still are. Yeah.
Okay.
So I raised a bunch of money and then also managed to get laid off.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say late.
so did I.
So you got unemployment.
When I was in LA figuring it out, New York
Yeah.
or LA, I remember my boss called me and she was like, if you can hold off until March or April, I can probably get you laid off.
Wow.
She totally hooked me up.
The Republicans love this kind of conversation. So,
F the pubs.
so you opened for Jerry.
I opened for Jerry at Gotham
And?
Comedy Club. It was great. He talked about, like, I had a podcast shortly after that time, and we would talk about that for some reason a
Right.
lot. So I ended up posting the clip of me introducing him because he talked about me after, and it was kind of funny.
What did he say?
He was just like, say, "Oh, it's so great to have a new, fresh voice," or something
Right,
like that.
a
And he's like-
white Jewish male comic. That's what he said.
And he goes, "Well, I mean, he's not. I mean, he's new to us. We do.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he's been around." And it's like, "Do you don't know him?" And he
I
like
know.
pointed to like Lori Summer in the front row and one of her friends, and they were like, "Yeah, we know him."
Yeah.
So it was like kind of caught him off guard.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, he's
That's
living in
awesome.
an alternate universe. But so you've done that. What
Yep.
was Last Comics? Like, I am very against
Contests.
I don't like contests about comedy because it's
Yeah.
such a
brutal.
subjective. Yeah. So what was that like doing? And who else were you on with?
Well, I'm surprised that I did it because one of my like heartbreaking things was trying to do the new Arsenio Hall Star Search,
Right.
which I was bumped from 2.5 times and never got on
Why?
because, well, they said different reasons, but
Be glad. Go ahead.
but this was before Facebook or anything
Right,
like that.
right.
And I remember that day they told me like, yeah, email everybody. You know, I emailed my entire Yahoo.
Oh, it's
address
the
book,
worst.
Told them I was going to be on, and I didn't get on. Oh boy.
I did, I'll never forget this one time. I was booked at Caroline's when it was on 23rd Street. So this is the 80s, late 80s. And it was a Saturday night. There were three, and I was booked. I know I was booked because you know how anal I am. So my parents come in. So my parents come in, and I think they were with another couple. They're like, "We're gonna have dinner, and then we'll go to your show." And I get there, and Joe Falzerano, who was running Caroline's, is like, "I don't have you down for the show." And I'm like, "No, I called in. I have a spot. You're not on the show." And it was, I thought it's the most humiliating. They're with their friends, and it was like,
So he didn't put you on?
no. And I wanted to kill myself, and my father died right after that. So it was really, yeah.
It never got to saw you live? Or
Well,
you
my
did-
father did see me at, I think the last time he saw me was at Catch in Princeton, 1990. And he never saw me. And then I had taped Caroline's Comedy Hour to air later that year, and he died before it aired. I know, it was awful. So, but that, I never forget. Like, you never forget these humiliating, horrible. So,
Well, they were an asshole for not letting you go up
Yeah.
when
Right,
your
yeah.
family and shit was there. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
right. I don't think I went up. And if I did, it would have been for like 5 minutes, So, all right. So what happened with, and first of all, I hope you don't still have Yahoo.
I do. I do.
No,
Please.
you don't. They
Please.
gotta what the fuck is wrong with you with the Yahoo?
Because I have Johnny Fish at Yahoo, and I've always had that. And I have
Right.
Johnny Fish at me
right
now, but I couldn't get Johnny Fish at Gmail.
Why? There's another
too
Johnny
late.
Fish. Why
Yeah.
can't you do J Fish?
I know
Jay
there's
Fish.
other things, but I have John D. Fish.
Right. For
I have
David.
Jonathan D. Fish.
Wait, you have Jonathan David Fish. Go ahead.
I have Johnny Fish Tank. At
Oh, that's
gmail.com.
good.
Yeah.
I like Fish
So I
Tank.
have some.
Do you
Okay.
use all of them, or do you
No.
just have them to have them?
My John at johnfish.com goes to my fish tank.
Didn't you just switch from AOL to Gmail?
Years ago.
I mean,
It's been a few years, 2 years at least.
Oh.
So shut the
remember
fuck
those
up.
days.
Okay, I'm 54 years
There
old.
is a Yahoo group out there. There's a group of us.
Oh, yes,
still.
there
yeah,
is.
Yeah. And we just got
And you
hijacked
just got
too.
hacked,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
We
People
call you
love us.
Yahoos.
So what was it like being in
The Last
that?
Comic?
Yeah,
It was cool because I was with my buddy Moody McCarthy every step of the way.
right.
And he actually taught me something. I remember like having friends in the audience for like one of the big theater nights.
Yeah.
And
never
like
have friends in
getting
the audience.
I was getting texts from them and stuff, and I was like, they were making me nervous, and he just grabbed my phone and he was just like, turn your phone off.
I don't people. This is a kill me now thing.
Yeah.
I'm backstage. You know, I'll be back. Like even when I was doing Shakespeare in the Park. Hey, we're here to see you. You better be good. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Oh, hey,
you nervous?
yeah.
Don't suck. We're gonna heckle
Yeah.
you.
It's like, hey, we decided to. I don't want to know who's in the audience.
Right.
You know,
it's like they want you to be like thinking about them during your.
But it's
such
also
a
like
weird masturbation.
like
thing.
right before, you know, in theater, there's the rule: 30 minutes, no one's allowed to talk to you. You know, what the fuck? These people are so relentless. And do I text them while they're having a fucking business meeting? I hope you sell the thing. You better shut the fuck up.
But I will say,
Yeah.
2 things happened this week. One, I went to Chris Gethard's career suicide show.
Who's Chris Gethard?
Are you
so
shitting me?
funny.
He's so fucking
All
awesome.
right, let's get him.
We have to.
So wonderful.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
All right, but what's the career suicide show?
So I went in and I got the seat in the way back, and I did and it was that snowy day, so there was no like day of tickets, so there were a few empty seats, and one of the people that worked there was like, I have one seat up front, do you want to sit there? And I was like, oh, I'd love to, but I know Chris, so it might be weird. He's like, oh, okay, thank you for telling me. But it's sitting in there for like the 15 minutes before, I was like, I'd love to run back and say hi to him real quick, like, but my knowledge of being on the other side knows not to do it. So those people don't know.
Right.
They're like, oh, I think they would love to.
It's like afterwards.
Yeah.
You can say something afterwards, and then they go, oh,
yes.
yeah.
Give a big hug. The other thing was, yesterday I went to the New York Comedy Club holiday party, and they had like a little show.
Yeah.
Like not a stand, like a
How
quick.
is that club?
It's great. Emilio took it over, and it is absolutely amazing.
All right, I have to go
redid
there.
the bar. Yeah, I was telling you about that.
I know, but I didn't get invited to the party. I don't go to the parties anyway. Go ahead.
But I gave you Amy's info.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, anyways, right before the show was started, like they brought up Matt Pavage, who was going to host the night, and my friend who was drunk next to me and another comic were having a loud conversation.
Oh God, I hate that.
While he's trying to start the show, and it's like, here are 2 comics
who were acting like assholes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So like even people that know that are friends with the person doing
it's
it up
like,
there
shut the
when they're
fuck
drunk,
up. Yeah.
do it. So like we
All right.
we're all idiots, is what I'm saying.
I really, our podcast is very pro mental health, no stigma. And
Unlike you, John. VP, Henny. Okay, I'm sorry.
shut the fuck up. Now it's called STFU. STFU. No, I like VP.
VP's good.
So
It's called S&M by now.
all right, whatever. So you suffer from OCD.
Yes. I thought you were going to ask me what meds I'm on. Okay.
That is a question we ask every person on the show what meds. So what meds are you on?
I am on a lower dose than I wish I could be on of Zoloft because of the side effects.
It makes me fucking vomit, that thing.
Zoloft?
I'm on Zoloft.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, not working. Go.
Wellbutrin to help counteract
the sexual
the side
side effects
I'm
of the
also on that.
Zoloft, because I'm on the Paxil and I'm on the Wellbutrin, so the orgasm. Yeah, go ahead.
And then I have, I don't use them much, but I have propanerol for beta blocker for big shows.
Me too.
Someone else I know is on that. What does that do?
It just calms you a little bit.
It
It's
literally,
a beta blocker.
it doesn't do anything except for make you stop shaking.
Yeah.
So if you're on stage and you have a paper or something, and you just, even if you're not nervous, but you just have that shake,
I meditate.
in a show sometimes, you can take one of those and it'll
It's
just
so
stop the tremor.
interesting.
I swear
Yeah.
that I just got it refilled. My last one was from like 2014.
Yeah.
It is just enough to have it in my bag at all times.
Right. I have Atavans that are like 3 years old.
Those are delicious, I think.
But I it's so interesting that people get so nervous on stage, because I feel more comfortable on stage than off stage.
I'm fine once I hit the stage.
Right. It's the anticipation.
It's the lead up.
So, now you have...
Or,
Yes.
how about this? I don't like when I know someone in the audience. So if I'm on stage and I don't know anybody, it's fine. But if I see someone, then that's
do you
when
know what I
the
do?
nerves help. You
Yell
call
at them.
out.
Yeah. I go, why the fuck are you sitting in the front? Which is so unusual for me. So, when did you realize you had OCD?
Well, that was something that was interesting about working on the psych ward, is that my stuff is, manageable,
right,
livable with.
Right.
I was very good at hiding it.
Right.
And so whenever I would think about maybe I have a problem, it's like, well, I'm not that bad.
Right.
Suck it up.
That's what people always think. Oh, unless you're
Of course.
Yeah. So until I had a girlfriend
I'm agreeing with you.
Right.
that was like, you need to get therapy.
Right. What was it? The thing that made her say?
I think I had like.
Were you counting? Do you count?
No, I had like two things. Like I think I have an anger that comes out from my righteous indignation.
Right.
Like more of the OCP.
Right.
Obsessive compulsive personality.
Right.
That I would only show.
Right.
To loved ones.
Right.
So she would get such the brunt of it.
Right.
Because I would be like hiding it all day.
Right.
And
then you get
her.
home and like Elisa. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then when I started my heavy duty therapy, they like asked you to name your OCD, and I named it the backpack because I got a laptop, my first laptop, and then I wanted the perfect backpack for it. And at one point had 5. And my roommate, this was when I was in Weehawken, I was packing and unpacking them and trying them on and showing them to my girlfriend and my roommate and making them try them on. And it was like funny, but not funny.
Right.
And that's what... So basically my girlfriend's therapist referred me to a therapist, and after 1 year, she was like, I think you should go to this OCD clinic.
And how was the OCD clinic?
Well, it was good because I had done an intake up at like Columbia or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I was as forthright about everything.
Right.
And they said that I had general anxiety and OCD tendencies.
Yeah.
But then
general anxiety disorder. I have that, and I also have OCD.
So when
and
I
ADD.
went to the center, I was totally
normal. You said, okay.
I gave them everything, and they were
Right.
like, we'd like to work with you.
And but do you fight it every day? Like, I know when it hits me, like, so when I was growing up, it was all these routines that I had to do, and if I didn't do it, then something bad was going to happen, And then I got to I said, I have to stop this. It's like, it's getting in the way of my time, and, and I think about it, like, it does come back, and I go, nope, sorry, you're not going to win. But it's an everyday struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And it is annoying. It's a fucking annoying.
It's brutal.
But you still go to group therapy.
It's
Stopped.
Tuesday nights, and I ended up, you have to have like an 80% attendance. And I've been going off and on for like 8 years, 10 years. And so mostly on. And I have too many Tuesday night
gigs.
Shows.
I know. Why did they do it?
Needed a break too, I think, from it.
Right.
So I literally just am on my second week of hiatus.
And how do you feel?
I feel fine.
Why do you have 7 water bottles there?
I have 1.
Okay. So that was a joke.
Oh.
La, 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 la.
Well, that is one of the things. Like, if I was to go buy a Poland Spring bottle of water, I wouldn't take the first one.
Right.
Because too many people have touched that one.
Right.
And I wouldn't take the second one because I like odd numbers, so I would take the third one.
Oh, my God.
So that's one of the things. But it's interesting that you asked about Last Comic Standing, because that was before I was in any therapy. One of my big things was that I was worried I would stain my underwear with urine after I peed, so I would always sprinkle water on my penis. And
wow.
After
you peed.
After I peed. And when you do like a TV thing, that's when I'm at my most nervous.
Right.
And I also would have a fear that I would lose my voice on stage. So I was drinking like 3 Poland Spring bottles of water per hour. So I was peeing 5 times an hour.
And then pouring the water on
your And when you do those TV things, you can't just be like, I'm going to the bathroom. They send someone with you. So I'm like wet here.
Right.
from all the water.
Right.
And also peeing so much. And I'm
Right.
like, this guy has to like babysit me. And I was like, this has to stop.
And you're mic'd, too.
And you're mic'd.
Yeah.
Good point.
I can't even imagine. I
Yeah.
mean, I've taken shits with the mic on in my trailer.
That's the
So
best
many
part
times.
of doing
Is this
tech.
thing on? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was once at a strip club with some buddies from camp. We have like a reunion thing.
Hot.
Camp.
Yeah.
And I was in the bathroom and was doing the sprinkle thing, and the bouncer came in and was like, all right, buddy, you're out of here. He thought I was like peeing in the sink.
Right.
And I'm like drunk
No,
telling this
no.
guy like, no, here's
No.
this thing where I have to do, and he's like, all right, buddy, just go back to your friends.
It's kind of adorable in a weird way. No, I'm sprinkling my penis.
So, do you feel like it's under control now, or
It is what I
When's the last time you've
call
sprinkled your
in
dick?
maintenance.
okay, you're in
Yeah.
maintenance
Yeah.
now? Your
Maintenance.
parents, we discussed this in Aruba, because I love talking about mental health. Your parents were not supportive, like trying to be. They're as supportive, like, because I remember when I was in my depression, my mother would be like, "You better today. Do you feel better today?" You're not realizing like this is never end. You know.
Yes,
I have to
they're-
manage. It's like diabetes. Mental health is like diabetes. Like you have to manage
Yes.
it. You know.
They are loving,
Right.
but didn't understand it.
Now your brother had no OCD, CD.
I think my brother and my dad and I all have the same
right, but
amount
are you the
and
only one who
disposition
deals
to
with it?
But because of my lack of structure, it really came out for me.
Yeah, that's the hard
Yeah.
part. Yeah, I definitely think my siblings have major mental illness, but won't deal with it. And it's like everyone thinks, "Oh, Judith, she's the crazy one," and it's like I'm the one who's gotten the most therapy,
Right.
and yeah, so
Right.
no, I'm actually not the
You're
crazy.
the
just
one-
owning your humanity.
Right.
You're dealing with it.
So
Trying
here's
to.
my final discussion. Jon, we need to find you a wife.
No
you're
shit. Can I swear?
Yeah.
No
Oh, yeah. I'm
fucking
gonna do a
shit.
podcast where you can't swear. You fucking cunt.
Just no dirty language.
Yeah. So you're smart. You're funny. You're great with kids. We got to get you a wife.
We got to bring back the timeout thing that got you.
Yeah, I know. That got me.
Piece
How
of
can we
ass.
we need to do on
I
Kill Me
honestly-
Now.
Yeah.
Speed dating? Kill me now. Speed dating.
We need because he is not diluting the race. But you'd like what are you looking for? I'm having a piece of my avocado toast.
You know what I think is that I think that not only does my OCD and my career, but my OCD specifically is definitely like hard for me to have a relationship. I think I need to spend all my first, second, third date money that I spend on some therapy for the next 6 months
Look
to the year.
at you. Look
I
at
know.
that.
I think I
Who's
really do.
self-aware?
Yeah, I'm only 44
Yeah,
and
he's
just got around to thinking that way.
No, it doesn't matter. But do you want a woman who, after she pees, she washes off her vagina?
No, but I was talking about this with my friend because it's funny because you know all the Trump supporters on your Facebook and stuff, it's like you're
Well,
like,
I've
oh, of course
unfriended
it's
them,
that
yeah.
person, of course it's that
Right.
person. One of the women is someone that I hooked up with and has the smelliest vagina ever.
Isn't that great though? Knowing that Trump supporters have smelly vaginas because they're getting fucking snatched all the time by smelly hands.
And so I was talking
Don't guys
to
have smelly dicks or no?
They can if
They
they're not
can,
clean or
yeah.
if they've
Right.
been jogging and shit.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I always smell like I've just baby powdered.
Right.
That's
I'm sure.
that's one of the
Yeah.
OCD things that I've left in my
Ew,
world.
I hate.
I mean,
So-
guys,
But my friend Moody's wife was like,
Has a smelly vagina
no,
too.
she was like, I don't think Moody ever had that problem. And I was like, yeah, Moody probably vets better
Yeah.
than I do. But I don't know what it's like.
Is
I
she
don't,
Jewish? Is she Jewish? Is she Jewish?
Mm-hmm.
And she's a Trump supporter with the smelly vagina?
what? Weird.
Does it smell like chopped liver?
I don't know.
Get it? Chopped liver.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. I know, with schmaltz.
Does it smell like herring and cream sauce?
It smells like Russ and Daughters on Christmas.
It smells like whitefish salad. Okay.
So what am I
yeah.
looking? I don't know. It's so, like sometimes I feel like at this point I need someone that's either retired or also in comedy because like I'll be like, hey, do you want to go out on Tuesday night?
Jewish girl.
No? Okay, how about in next Tuesday night? It's like I have like one night availability.
You can go to someone who is in maintenance for anorexia because you understand that. And then she'll be, or bulimia, any sort of eating disorder. And then she can be sensitive to your OCD. All right. So any eating disorder,
We
Jewish
figured it
women.
out. That's it.
John.
Did you say any eating disorder Jewish woman?
Yeah.
How about just any Jewish woman?
Any Jewish
that
woman.
pretty much covers that.
That's
How
funny.
about any woman?
John, where can people find you on the internet?
JonFisch.com. JonFisch. You got to have the C in fish, as my grandfather said. You can't have the fish without the C.
Oh, that's a terrific. Oh, I love your grandfather. What was his name?
Solomon.
Of course.
Solomon and Dorothy.
Dorothy was my grandmother's
Yeah.
name. I love that name. You know, Ben's middle
Dot.
name is after.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dorothy is Dove. His name is Benjamin Dove.
Like Dove Davidoff.
Yeah, but not like Dove
UV?
Davidoff. Because
Can we do a podcast about Dove? How cool
yeah,
is he?
I love Dove Davidoff.
He's too cool for me. I love him.
Why is he? He's not too cool for you.
No, I know, but
Because he has
he's cool.
like, you know,
He's
he's
cool.
got his leather jacket, his
Yeah, yeah,
tattoos,
yeah, yeah.
and he's got
So
that
funny.
Yeah, and that anger, that like, yo, I'm tortured.
Oh, he's a broken
He's a great
one.
guy. John, I know the answer to my other question. I know you have no tattoos,
0.
and you're not planning on getting any
Nah.
because you're
A plethora of reasons, but yeah, mostly.
You want to be buried in a Jewish cemetery.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can still.
I want to be buried
John,
alive.
will you come back and be
Oh,
like our third person on
I
our
am
podcast?
not leaving.
Okay, so you can continue talking.
All right.
I'm gonna have to help Elisa move a shelving unit, but you.
We'll be back in to record tomorrow, so we'll just
What?
see you then, I guess.
What? Are you around tomorrow? Oh, look at him
Yes.
checking. Elisa's calling because we're doing our 2016 Sucked show
Oh,
tomorrow.
God, yeah.
Did you have a shitty 2016?
It wasn't good.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
you got
so you're
injured.
coming.
I got injured, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
You're coming in tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Done.
I
Who's
love
gonna-
you, Jon Fisch.
I love you.
I love you. John, do you cook? Do we need to do Sunbasket?
No.
No, I don't. Do we today? I don't
you
think
have
so.
it in the calendar.
Yeah,
you have it in the calendar
for today?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what?
We already did it.
Whether we have to or not, we should.
We
anyway.
should just say Sunbasket is fucking awesome.
Is the bomb. I've only been eating Sunbasket. They give you all these varieties. It's an organic, sort of like a
they have
subscription-based
paleo.
food box that
Oh,
comes
yes,
to,
yes,
and
yes,
you can
yes,
get on a
yes,
weekly
yes,
basis.
Oh, it'd be
every
good
other-
for you because it's
Yeah.
OCD and it's all measured out, and
Yeah.
it doesn't take 4 hours to cook the food, and the food
Perfect.
is good.
And it's-
they don't only have dinner; they have like breakfast and lunch too.
And farm to table. You get
Oh.
all the choices. You get 3 breakfasts if you want. Really good.
No
organic stuff.
middleman!
I love breakfast.
They also have really fresh meats, organic meats, all grass-fed, happy raised animals, you know what I mean, that taste delicious and aren't, scared. Yeah, I mean, I just had one of their quinoa salads and like beef chow. Oh, God.
It's really
All right,
good. I had
I'm
that
in.
egg Torito thing. That
Anyway,
was
if you want to try it out, John or anyone
Yeah.
else listening to this, you could get some free meals if you go to sunbasket.com/gold. Yeah, check it out. You have nothing to lose. Sunbasket.com/gold.
Sunbasket.com/gold. Yeah.
I'm going to start a thing where the last thing I say on every podcast I do is Lenny Marcus.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it. I'm gonna do that too.
All right. And you know what? The last thing I have to say is.
Lenny Marcus.
No! Why do you fucking interrupt me? I fucking hate you! So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.